What's up, guys? This is Andrew 24 Wild here with some Black Ops 2 commentary and gameplay. So today we're playing on Nuketown, and the commentary topic of the day is Modern Warfare 4 or MW4, whatever you want to call it. But let's get started, guys. So Battlefield 4 has released some their gameplay videos and some multiplayer gameplay videos, and that has been a little bit of a buzz for the gaming community and FPS community more often. So what's really gonna happen is that I'm gonna use Battlefield 4 as a comparator against Modern Warfare 4 or that, because they're gonna be obviously the comparators and the competition against each other. So I find that they are the more important type of group that you should compare them to. Okay, so let's get started on which ones. So Battlefield 4 has changed a lot. I don't find it for the good, but this is not a Battlefield 4 video, so I'm not going to mention that much from it. So let's think. Call of Duty, it's like any other game. It's just kind of stupid because in every Call of Duty new game, it seems the same. Like right now, if I didn't know this Black Ops 2, I would think I'm playing Black Ops 1, just in a different map. Because all the engine and tactics seem the same. It doesn't change, just the guns and the maps and the score streaks and all that kind of stuff. Names and that kind of dealio, but realistically, the gameplay does not change whatsoever, which I find quite disturbing, that it's a different game and nothing changed really, because I don't find that much of a difference, but there are flaws that can be changed that will improve the gameplay. For example, spawns. So if Modern Warfare 4 nails that down, that would be amazing for the Call of Duty series. That would be a #1 point for Call of Duty. And yeah, so you're comparing Battlefield and Call of Duty as two comparators, and this is just for the new games, not the old ones. So if they change the spawns in Call of Duty, that'll be really good for Call of Duty, and it's gonna help them a lot. So keep mind of that. So let's think about, like, for example, how can I explain this? What happens if there's a actually, let me think about this. But stuff that could change in Call of Duty is the gameplay. You can't go wrong with that. Gameplay is one of the most important aspects of the game. Obviously, gameplay, hence the word game. So let's think about what they can add that will make the game better. For example, I think that something that would be a little bit more better is larger maps. For example, Battlefield always had that in Call of Duty, and it's kind of bad for Call of Duty, obviously, but Call of Duty is supposed to be a more fast-paced arcade FPS, and then Battlefield is like a normal FPS where it's a shooting game. So I guess you can consider it different because in an arcade, let me just say, arcade FPS is where you it's fast-paced, but you still have that little realistic feel of an FPS, but it's still fast-paced and it doesn't seem quite normal in a way. Like an arcade, that's why it's called an FPS arcade or whatever that is, I don't know. But that's how I find them different, and you can consider them as two different genres because they have two things that they focus on. Battlefield tends to focus more on tactics and realistic recoil and that kind of stuff. But COD, I'm just gonna call it COD, it really doesn't focus on that much. And those two types of things really affect the gameplay overall. Things like that does affect the game if you don't notice. I find that really annoying sometimes if that happens. So always keep open mind of both games. Don't be a fanboy where you just side one thing and don't take in consideration of something else, because that's just plain ignorance and stupidity. So just always have an open mind of each game, and then you might have a good favorite for both games. For example, I like Battlefield 3 and this game. Reason why, and you're like, but you only play Call of Duty now, you don't play Battlefield. Well, reason why is because when you get a game, you have this first impression of playing it a lot. I barely got this game for my personal preference. Like, yeah, if it's a month, it's still bought and stuff. So I still think that this is a new game, and I still want to play it. But some people just forget about it. Yeah, but over time I'm gonna start playing Battlefield a little bit more, because then I'll get bored of this game, and then I'll play vice versa. It would just go in a circle over and over. But that's when, after you've been playing a lot of those vice versa, you're gonna get tired of both of them, and the new games come out. That's the plan, basically. But they don't really, the companies don't really work in conjunction of each other. But it's basically how everybody plays the games, unless they just play Call of Duty all day or Battlefield all day. So it really all depends on that kind of stuff. So let's think about other stuff, about kill streaks, score streaks, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Name changes have been throughout the whole, I guess, the whole time. So I take that really something that Call of Duty has something over Battlefield, and that is score streaks, kill streaks, whatever you want to call them, because that actually helps people get kills and get them in higher scores than in Battlefield, because sometimes in Battlefield the highest score that you can probably get is 20 in a short game. So it's quite, in this game, the top guy in our team got like 70 kills. Like, wow, how did you do that? Because it's fast-paced, Battlefield is not. So it all depends on the actual person and the actual game. So that's what I guess Call of Duty has over Battlefield, is score streaks, kill streaks. But there's something else that Call of Duty is having a problem with, and it's the two companies that have the different types of games. It's like a sub company or something like that. Activision is the main one of them. No, they're like the new, they're one that always is in the game. Treyarch and Infinity Ward are the two of them that usually affect the actual game. So let's think. Infinity Ward has made very successful games in the Call of Duty series, as well as Treyarch. But Treyarch has something over Infinity Ward, and that is zombies. You cannot go wrong with zombies. Everybody's likes the zombies. Everybody buys Call of Duty for zombies. It is a good perk to have if you are a Treyarch fan. You would never go wrong with that. So the thing that Infinity Ward, which they're creating new Modern Warfare, that's why I bring that up, is that that's something that adds some finesse in the game, unlike just boring multiplayer and campaign. It kind of brings a different playing level of a different type of game. It's like you're in a whole different game. So that's something that Treyarch did in Black Ops 2, and it really enhanced the game, and it really gave a perspective of what you should think of this game. Oh, this is not just a multiplayer game. You can play different game modes in this game, and you can do so much more stuff. It's more an interactive game, I guess you can say that, than just a standard multiplayer and single player campaign. So that's something that I think they should add, maybe, because Survival Modern Warfare 3 was trying to be like the zombies, but it failed utterly, and it's stupid, I think, because you're not really, it doesn't have the same concept. I think they were trying to make the same concept, but they failed on that, because I don't think zombies have attack helicopters or missiles or anything like that. And that's something that really, I guess, didn't work out for Modern Warfare 3 and sucked on that. So I guess what we can say about that is Modern Warfare 4 has created a new idea that a lot of Call of Duty fans will like, and encourage them to buy the game. And I think that might be some other game, maybe some different type of game mode or something like that. It doesn't have to be zombies or an exact replica of them, but it could be something different, and maybe the Call of Duty people, I'm gonna call them fans, will like that maybe, but maybe they won't. It's up to them. The survival was a failure, and that's what they tried to do, but they failed at it. So they have another chance at Modern Warfare 4. They get this once a year, so they better not mess up on this. And that's about it for this commentary. Very short and very vivid, hopefully, I think. But it's just gonna be up to Infinity Ward to create the best game ever and create something different in Call of Duty, and that's what they got. That's what they need, and that's what they always needed. Well, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode of commentary and random stuff. I hope it's very vivid and that kind of informational. Give me a like, guys, and subscribe. The subscription, it's like a tongue twister for me, and I will really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. It's Andrew 24. Wow. Bye.